that all of a sudden, like, I turn on. And it's true. I do turn on all of a sudden.
Wait, I know that you think, but it's true. Okay, all right, let's roll with
like,
it.
I like just turn on all of a sudden because I'm like chilling. I'm like, what up? Okay, so this is a learned skill / part of my personality. Like, being in sales my whole life and traveling all over, sometimes you just got to turn it on. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, Monique for sure knows. And, like, you know, it's like when I walk into a room, I'm like, what up, Jenny? Holla, holla here. I don't know, it's like bringing the energy. So I want to be like, 513, baby. Do you guys know where 513 is from?
I'm pretty sure by the logos.
But not everybody knows. 513. Woo. So, what up? Welcome to the Holistic Life Show. I'm Jenny.
What up, man? I'm Jay.
Oh my God, he got it this week. If you guys want to see him like be confused, watch last week.
Let's roll.
Sometimes it happens. So excited you're joining us. And we have something very special for you tonight. FOMO. Do you know what FOMO is? If you don't, and you're wondering what the heck is the title of this, FOMO, what is FOMO? Like the real thing, not what we're going to share later.
Fear of missing out.
Right. So we say stop the FOMO. And the reason that we brought this up today is because when you travel, especially for business, because you're on the road all the time, and heck, you could even apply this too if you travel for vacation. Or
I think just traveling, period.
Right.
But we're gonna be focused on business tonight. But yeah, if you travel for vacation, or like not even traveling, let's take it out. Let's visit family for holidays.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. I mean, you literally, like, if you don't travel, you could probably listen to this with your own, you know, set of ears. Like, don't tune us out yet. Just stick in and think for your.
Don't tune us out. Period.
Period. Yeah, don't tune us out. Period. Thank you for catching that. So don't tune us out. Stick in. Think with your own situation.
Right.
But the examples we're going to be given are travel-related examples from, you know, when I was traveling as a sales professional across the country. And some other ones might sneak in too. So here's the thing. We originally were going to name this FOMO when traveling for business. Is it real? And basically the answer is heck yes, it's real. Hell yes. Desi, love you. So hell yes, it's real.
Love it.
So FOMO is real. This shit is real, guys. Because who's a foodie? I'm a foodie. Are you a foodie?
Actually, I'm a bit of a foodie.
A bit? Like, I'm a legit foodie. Like,
but you've turned me into a foodie though.
OMG, I am like a foodie times 100. I feel like, because I love trying new dishes, new flavors from around the country. I love trying new spots. I love comparing, like, you know, different tacos and ice creams and chocolates and kombucha. Like, I like trying lots of, and ramens, and I mean, I could keep going on. Right? And especially when you travel a lot for your own life, or you travel for business and you're on the road, you're going to be eating out and you're going to be exposed to lots of different amazing foods.
Right.
Experiences, temptations, desserts.
All that stuff.
You name it.
Right.
So in my, I traveled hardcore for about 6 years, maybe more. And I went through lots of different variations. Mm-hmm. I went through like the times where I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be here again. I have to eat.
Popped up 2 weeks later.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. But have you ever like traveled somewhere where you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to be here again. I really have to go balls to the wall. Maybe don't go balls to the wall, but I do as a foodie. But like, you know, you want to try the local cuisine. So that's one of the things where it's like, oh my God.
Right.
Or even if you had started for some reason, like you're like, all right, I'm eating healthy now. And then, you know, whatever your version or potentially warped version of healthy is, okay?
I like that.
It's like, you're like, oh my God, I'm eating healthy now. And I've been through this too. I'm not eating XYZ, fill in the food. Like I had restricted a certain type of food. And sometimes I was really dialed in and sometimes I was like trying it out. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. I would go sometimes to these great dinners and I would be on a health kick of some sort. Right. And it's funny because my boss at the time, and hey Roger, hey Kathy, if you guys are watching, he'd be like, so are you like doing something special this time or not? Like, he never could keep up with me because I was always like, I can't do this. We have to eat here. And then I would change around, right? Because that's the thing, you experiment. So here's my thing. I'm curious, Jay. I don't want to miss out. I'm a foodie.
Okay.
I'm at a convention. I'm at, I'm in Chicago. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Dallas. I'm in, fill in the blank of some amazing foodie paradise. I'm with coworkers. I'm with friends. I'm with clients. I'm at some amazing thing. I'm getting like this private chef dinner because I'm at this corporate event and they're, whipping it up. And I'm on a diet. I have to eat that food. And I can't help it because I have so much FOMO. How do I even begin to be healthy with scenarios and situations like this? How?
Oh, for one, like going into the situation and feeling that you have to do something, you've already failed. I mean, because it's a choice.
You'd be sad with that.
It's a choice.
I don't want to fail.
Of course you don't want to fail. It's a choice though. Like saying is you have to. That's so ironclad. That's so it must happen. If I don't do that, because you set yourself up for failure that way. Because if it doesn't happen, like the other side to that coin is, what I'm saying, I have to get this. I have to stick to this diet. I have to work out. I have to do this. So what happens when you don't? You don't want to fail. So then that starts to trigger all these other things, which leads you to getting off of the thing you said you would complete in the first place and starts this whole yo-yo thing. I tried it, I failed. I'll try it again, I failed. Mm-hmm. I tried, I failed. So it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the main thing I feel is in a situation like this where you're probably going to have a good experience with eating things is still realizing and recognizing that this won't be the first time you've been in a situation, unless it is your first time. And if it is your first time, realizing and recognizing that it won't be your last. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And for those situations where you're like, oh my God, I'm here, I'm never going to be here again, think about it. You're in sales, you have clients in this particular place. I'm pretty sure you can find some kind of way to get back to that place to meet with those clients.
Okay. That makes sense. But it's still tough.
I'm not saying it's not tough. It's
here's
definitely
another
tough.
scenario. You're in Vegas because this is when it happened to me the most. You're at a convention, whatever, like you're going and working, like you didn't eat all day, but really you probably ate all day because you snacked on the shit around and whatever. But you didn't eat all day, and now it's 9:00, and all of your colleagues, your friends, your coworkers, your clients, whatever, it's time to go to that fancy 10:00, whatever.
Right.
And here comes like 3 to 5 course meal extravaganza because everybody's having a good time. Oh my God, let's get this side, that side. Let's start with all these appetizers. And sometimes it's things you've never had or like real high-end exquisite things that you maybe wouldn't buy on your own or try on your own. So all this food is going around, the bread is going around, the wine is going around, and it's the first course and you're already stuffed. And then, oh my God, you can't like pass up on the steak or the fish or whatever it is that's like special there. Oh, and then guess what? We're getting like 17 desserts for the table and passing them around. Like, how on earth am I supposed to sit there and watch all that food dance in front of my face because, oh, I'm sorry, I can't have that. And it's already late. I'm not even like, maybe I'm hungry, maybe I'm not, but like FOMO, man. I don't want to watch all these people eat all this amazing food in front of me.
Well, too, I mean, I feel and strongly believe that people feel there's a misconception about, what I'm saying? Like, oh, if I have this once, it's going to screw up my diet. Which isn't the case. Like,
okay.
Missing one healthy meal is not going to make you unhealthy. Just like, eating one healthy meal and working out, for a week is going to make you healthy. It doesn't work like that, So you got to be gentle with yourself. And if it's a big situation like that, who says you have to eat your whole plate? One of the things, especially what we've learned to do, is going out and looking at the menu and finding something we both want to try. May it be an appetizer. It's like, do you want to try this appetizer? Okay, we'll try that, and we'll find an entree we can split.
Okay, I get that. But what if you're not that close with your clients, colleagues, coworkers, the people you're there with? And I'm telling you, I know you get it. I know you're here for me. But sometimes these dinners are 2, 3, 4 hours. It's a very long experience. And the food's just sitting there in front of you. I'm just saying, here's some of the things.
My question would be though, like, what is it? What's that mental thing that makes you feel you have to have it? Like, or not even not even have it. What is the mental thing that makes you feel you have to finish it? There's nothing wrong
because it's so good. Like, look, just so you guys know, like, him and I have discussed this in full length. So I'm playing right now fully that role when I've been in that moment, and like I'm feeling these things. So we are at this 5-star like amazing restaurant, Hakkasan in Vegas. We are doing like a 5-course meal with all kinds of amazing Asian food and everything. And it just keeps coming out, and it is so good. And I probably will never go to Hakkasan ever again. Like, legit. Okay? Or like you go to the place that's like, oh my God, like Burns here in Tampa. Like, there's only one Burns. Yes, I've had a million steakhouses, but there's only one Burns. Or there's only that one steakhouse in Chicago, or there's only that one.
I think that's
OMG.
That's a limiting belief.
Okay.
I think it's a limiting belief because even talking to Roger, who's done this for years, who said once you've had one steakhouse, you've practically had them all. And it's just that thing. It's a mental thing.
I guess it's also too. It's not living in abundance because you're going to have that.
Right, and it's a mental thing. Like, a part of you wants that steak.
Yeah.
So your brain is going to create ways and write stories for you to justify why you can't just have enough to like fulfill that little taste. It's going to create these things. Oh, you're never going to come back here. Oh, so what? You're full. Eat the rest of it. It's going to taste just as good.
It has, though. But I get it. Because it's really just a positioning. Because what's crazy, amazing, awesome, but also interesting is the fact that I have traveled for business and been super clean and super focused and super happy with what I've ordered. And I've been on like the complete opposite side where it's like, oh my God, I have no stop button. I'm afraid of missing out. Mm-hmm. Because I've done them both, which shows that it's possible, right? To create that life and still have those amazing tastes and flavors and whatever. You can still have that, And so it's interesting because if I think of the times when I was so in where I was choosing for me, and a little bit because I was like, oh, I can't have that because I do like rules on what I'm doing. There's been times where I was sitting there and Roger's like, you want dessert? Come on, you can get it. Come on, dessert. You want some? I'm like, nope, I'm good. And then there's been times where I was like, no dessert today, no dessert today, no dessert today. And he goes, you want dessert? Come on, let's go. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I enjoyed every bite of it. But think about it. Like, we're talking, you said earlier, it's like, oh, okay, if you have one meal in a period of time or a day or whatever that isn't healthy for you, but what if you're going to these amazing places multiple times a week? Or once a week you're going to a nice high-end restaurant and you're eating out all the other times.
I feel, too, that's like, everything in moderation, as cliche as that sounds, everything in moderation. It's an issue when it starts to become an overindulgence. There's a way you can have a balanced diet. You can still eat healthy, whatever that looks like for you. Still eat clean and still enjoy good food. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. But like, when you start to overindulge in these things, that's when it becomes okay. When you start to overindulge and complain about your current situation that you want to change, that you say you want to change, is when it becomes, in my professional opinion, a problem. Because it's like you're blaming these outward situations as an excuse for your lack of wanting to take responsibility for yourself and change.
And that makes sense. You know what I just thought of? Because as I said, I was going into that place where I'm like, oh my God, FOMO, right? Where you really are feeling like, oh my God, I want to have what they're having. I want the same experience. I don't think one thing I ever did while I was on the road that I remember is that I applied the 2 foundational habits and for what we teach people in the Next Levelution program.
Yep.
I don't think I ever did that. And that would have been interesting to try in one of these situations. And those 2 foundational habits are eating slowly and eating to 80% full.
Mm-hmm.
And that may have completely changed the situation. It makes me want to go back on the road and go try it. You know what I'm saying? And go try and see what it's like to go all these amazing places as a foodie.
Right.
Right? Where you're getting all these amazing things. And then, you try those 2 foundational habits.
But the thing is, like, putting those things into practice. I mean, because it's easy for someone to say, eat to 80% full, or, eat slowly. Mm-hmm. Like, saying that and not applying the concepts is totally different, because I can see, like, the concepts actually sinking in. Like, when we were out for lunch today, and you were like, getting ready to take another bite of your sandwich, you were like, I'm good. Yeah. I don't need to finish that.
Yeah, that's true. And it takes practice, and it takes being gentle with yourself in the process.
Right.
Okay, so one more FOMO type thing. Okay. So what about the times when I'm drinking with clients, right? Because here's the thing. Every time I meet my clients, not every time, but a lot of times when I'm meeting my clients at for conventions and whatnot, like, it is there once or twice, like one of their times a year where they get to go out and cut loose with a rep or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm going out and having all these drinks with them. But the thing is I've got 2 or 3 more clients that week that it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
So I can't just leave them hanging. I got to party with them.
Once again, as a mindset type of thing. Like, what are they going to think about me? This is their...
But I got to show them a good time. That's part of my job.
You can still show them a good time without getting shit-faced. Yeah. Knowing that you have 3, 4, 5 other meetings this week. Like, once again, moderation and overindulging. And
being aware, and the thing is we'll do another post, or we'll do a live, or probably both, on the drinking thing when you're with clients, because I haven't drank in 2 years. And so I know what some of that mindset is, but I wanted to bring it up because it's a true thing about FOMO. I mean, I was in Cancun at an all-inclusive resort with my clients who are big partiers, and I didn't drink at all. And I didn't feel FOMO.
But see, but before then, you would go into that situation and be like, oh, they're going to judge me.
Right.
I have to drink. But what happened with one of the people? You were like, no, I'm not drinking. And they tried to bring shots.
They totally stood up for me and was like, no, leave her alone. This is her choice. It's like they honored that was my choice. And I think, too, when it comes to some of the food and the FOMO with the food, if any of your concerns are like, what are other people thinking of me? Then know that if you own your decisions, right? And so, we actually have something instead of FOMO, which is fear of missing out. But anytime you feel the FOMO come up, we have actually something to help you remember what to do.
We're getting good with these acronyms.
We are, because if you want to know what our CTFO acronym is, go to last week. So stop fucking restarting. That was last week's show. And you can learn what CTFO stands for. But FOMO this time is, do you remember?
Of course I remember. What are you talking about?
Go ahead, you do the first one.
Forgiveness.
So yeah, forgiveness. So when it comes up, when you have FOMO, just forgive yourself. It's okay. O is observe. And this is really where it's being aware of your surroundings and just taking note of what's going on.
Yep.
M?
Mindfully question.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
basically, like, mindfully question is like, how am I really feeling this situation? Is it because I honestly believe I'm not going to be here anymore? Like, or just being mindful about the situation and where you are. Am I honestly just being greedy? Do I just want to eat this? Or like, how am I really feeling in this present moment?
And the last O is own it. It's really just own wherever you're at, right? Like Jay was saying earlier, if you are, upset that like, oh my God, why am I not doing this? Or why am I not doing that? Or I really want to be healthy, or, you're beating yourself up, just like own it that this is where you are right now. Because what it will do is it'll do one of two things, and jump in too. I feel like it'll relieve some stress and pressure that you're putting on yourself. Because if you're just not ready, own
ready.
it. It's fine. But if you're starting to notice that you are ready to do something different, own that too. But like, own where you're at, because the more conflicted you are within your body, like, think of all that fighting energy inside that's going on. It's like dueling, like, no, I want to be healthy, but none of my actions align with that because I really don't want to be. And actually that's kind of it's just self-defeating. It's a lot of effort and energy going into that.
I remember when you said you were going to stop drinking, because it was only going to be like a challenge with you and your dad. And you were like, yeah, I'm going to stop drinking. He's like, yeah, let's do it. And you were like, whoa, wait, whoa, oh, wait.
I limped out. I was like, whoa, I didn't mean now. Yeah, I'd like to one day. Whoa, I'm not ready to give that up yet. Right?
But see, even in that situation, owning the situation, and like you said, if it's strong enough, things will start to pop up, internally, externally. Do I really want to do this? I say I want to do it, but do I really? Like, what's the pros and what's cons? Things will happen. And you don't have to force the things to happen. Hopefully it doesn't come to the point where you go for an annual physical or checkup and the doctor says you need to change how you're living or you're gonna freaking die.
Yeah, that's wow, like, that's a big moment to make a huge decision. So FOMO, when it comes up again, F, forgive yourself. O, observe what's going on. M, mindfully ask questions. And O, own it. It'll help you every time you have FOMO. It'll help you to realign, redefine, and redesign. I laughed because I was like, ooh, yay, that was cool. Like, I didn't even plan for that to come out. But that was awesome. So, anything else you want to add about FOMO?
No, I think that's it. I think we
man.
we did a good job as I moved away from the microphone.
Yeah. So, guys, if you travel a lot for business,
if
you travel a lot for business, whether it be in the car, in a plane, on a train, on a bus, whatever. If you travel a lot for business and you're out and about, this is just one of many ways that we've been sharing all kinds of information, and we have an amazing Thrive guide that we're putting together that's really going to help you on the road. It's so amazing, and make sure you stay tuned because it is going to become very available very soon, and you are going to freaking love it. And yeah. Word to your mother. Look, I get Jay all the time with all my little like white girl sayings or whatever. I don't even know if it's a white girl saying, but I know he laughs because they're just random and corny.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll call them the Cincy sayings because I'm from Cincinnati, or as it gets called Cincinnati.
Is that a word to your mother? Is that from
I have no idea, but you always laugh at these things I say, so I can only blame them from Ohio.
Like 1980.
Oh, I was born in the 80s, I'm just saying.
Word to your mother.
Word to your mother. I don't know. They just come out. I can't even help myself.
At the most random.
Yeah, well, you love me. I love you. We love you. I don't know.
Holla.
See you guys.